None of the above. That's a popular choice in the campaign. And you know what? For the first time, you have a chance to vote for a party by that very name. None of the above party is running candidates in 8 ridings. To ride that wave of voter disgust with all 3 established parties, Greg Vezina is the party founder. He joins us in brilliant green from Toronto. What's the tie all about, Greg?
Well, it's got a toucan on the bottom, so you too can win a seat in the legislature, you know?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
Very
you
nice.
can.
All right, tell me a bit about the party. I mean, why did you found it? What's driving this?
Well, you know, Don, I've been involved in politics since I was 15 years old, and I've helped people become premier that make promises to give us referenda laws, and they don't keep it. And 50% of people don't vote, and there's a poll out yesterday that says 50% of people don't believe any of the parties and leaders. So there's a huge vacuum there because parties weren't even on the ballot until 20 or 30 years ago, and we used to know the people we voted for. Now the people we vote for are bound by the party and the leader and not by their constituents. So that's really what started it.
Do you think it's apathy or is it antagonism towards the status quo?
I think it's absolute frustration. I think that people have given up. There was a Toronto Sun article about us, about what we're trying to do, and they had a poll in it. There's over 2,000 people voted across the province in that poll, and we got 76%. So, you know, a lot of people are very unhappy, and they would like our politicians to represent them. And there's a lot of academic research that shows that our politics is at the point where special interests are the people that are represented, and most of what we want doesn't happen.
If I'm reading it correctly, this is a bit of a family affair party. Your family members are running for you. Is this the first time you've been out in the field running for the party banner?
Well, see, the thing is, under the Ontario election rules, the campaign's on for 2 weeks before nominations even open, and then they're only on for 4 days, for a week. And we had to spend 3 days in court with the chief electoral officer trying to get the name. So we really only had a few days to register candidates, so we got as many people on the ballot for this election as we could so that we can run them in every riding in the next election.
What are you going to do, Greg, if this wave of apathy and disgust actually gives you seats? What would you stand for then?
Well, our party is based on the 3 R's of democracy, which is electoral reform, referendum, and recall. So if we have seats, we will ask whoever thinks they can be premier if they'll give us referendum, recall, and electoral reform. And whoever will get to be premier.
All right. Well, it's going to be fascinating. I bet you're getting a lot of requests for signs from outside the ridings you're running in.
Yes, Don, it's amazing. There was a Canadian Press story that was picked up from Halifax to Vancouver, and I was already getting sign requests from Thunder Bay to Ottawa to Windsor, but now I'm getting them from Vancouver and Halifax. So I've even been asked to form a federal party.
The none of the above landslide victory. I can see it in the future. All right. Thanks very much, Greg. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.